New York CDL School Bus Test. Subscribe our channel for latest practice tests. For best practice, download free Android or iOS application. Links are in description below.
Question: in addition to spare electrical fuses, if equipped, 3 red reflective triangles, and a working fire extinguisher, emergency equipment for a school bus includes. Options are: Option A, a first aid kit and alcohol. Option B, 3 flares and a bolt cutter. Option C, a first aid kit and a body fluid cleanup kit.
Answer is, a first aid kit and a body fluid cleanup kit. Explanation is, in addition to the usual safety gear for a commercial motor vehicle, a school bus should also be equipped with a first aid kit and a body fluid cleanup kit.
Question: the overhead inside rearview mirror is used to. Options are: Option A, see the blind spot immediately behind the bus. Option B, monitor passenger activity inside the bus. Option C, monitor traffic that approaches and enters the blind spot area.
Answer is, monitor passenger activity inside the bus. Explanation is, the main purpose of the inside rear view mirror is to monitor passenger activity inside the bus.
Question: the blind spot behind the bus may extend up to, depending on the length and width of the bus. Options are: Option A, 100 feet. Option B, 200 feet. Option C, 400 feet.
Answer is, 400 feet. Explanation is, the blind spot behind a school bus usually extends 50 to 150 feet behind the bus, but it can extend up to 400 feet, depending on the length and width of the bus.
Question: when unloading students at a school, you should. Options are: Option A, tell the students to remain seated until they are told to exit. Option B, leave the engine running so you can drive away when the students have exited. Option C, stand outside the bus in front of a crossover mirror to supervise unloading.
Answer is, tell the students to remain seated until they are told to exit. Explanation is, when unloading the bus at school, secure the bus, tell the students to remain seated until you signal them to exit, and position yourself to supervise unloading. Only then should you signal the students to start exiting the bus in an orderly manner under your supervision.
Question: which of the following statements about evacuation procedures is true? Options are: Option A, if time allows, back up to a safe location before evacuating the bus. Option B, if time allows, walk through the bus and close all the windows. Option C, if time allows, notify the dispatch office about your situation, your location, and the type of assistance you need.
Answer is, if time allows, notify the dispatch office about your situation, your location, and the type of assistance you need. Explanation is, you may have to decide quickly whether to evacuate the bus. It's best to contact your dispatcher first to explain the situation and call for assistance, but only if you have time. Otherwise, you can do it later.
Question: you must evacuate everyone from your school bus if. Options are: Option A, the anti-lock brake ABS warning light is on. Option B, the bus is stalled on the shoulder of a divided highway and it is getting hot inside. Option C, the bus is stalled on a railroad track, even if there is no train in sight.
Answer is, the bus is stalled on a railroad track, even if there is no train in sight. Explanation is, if your bus stalls on or adjacent to a railroad track, you must evacuate the bus even if you don't see or hear an approaching train. Don't take any chances. A train can't yield the right of way to you.
Question: a passive railroad crossing. Options are: Option A, is a railroad crossing at which you don't have to stop. Option B, doesn't have any type of traffic control device. Option C, doesn't have a crossbuck sign.
Answer is, doesn't have any type of traffic control device. Explanation is, a passive railroad crossing doesn't have any type of traffic control device, such as lights, bells, or gates, to warn you that a train is approaching. You must stop at the crossing, look for approaching trains yourself, and then cross when it is safe to do so.
Question: you should adjust the outside left and right side flat mirrors so you can see. Options are, Option A, 200 feet behind the bus, Option B, the left and right rear tires touching the ground, Option C, both of the above.
Answer is, both of the above. Explanation is, adjust your right and left flat side mirrors so that you can see your rear tires touching the ground and you can see about 200 feet, about 4 bus lengths behind your bus.
Question: which of the following statements is true about students who must cross in front of the bus after exiting it? Options are, Option A, when the driver signals that it is safe to proceed, the students should cross the street while remaining in the driver's view. Option B, when the driver signals that it is safe to proceed, the students should run across the street to reduce their exposure to danger. Option C, the driver should make a U-turn so those students won't have to cross in front of the bus after exiting it.
Answer is, when the driver signals that it is safe to proceed, the students should cross the street while remaining in the driver's view. Explanation is, students needing to cross the street in front of the bus should do so while remaining in your view. Instruct them to exit the bus, walk a safe distance from the bus to a position where you can plainly see them, and cross the street only after you've signaled them that it's safe to do so. Note, the exact distance that the students should walk from the bus, and special procedures, if any, to be followed for certain students, may vary from one state to another. Consult your state CDL manual for details.
Question: immediately after stopping, you should first, options are, Option A, activate the alternating flashing red lights and ensure that the stop arm is extended. Option B, load the students as quickly as possible. Option C, activate the alternating flashing amber lights.
Answer is, activate the alternating flashing red lights and ensure that the stop arm is extended. Explanation is, after stopping but before loading or unloading, set your transmission in park or neutral if there is no park shift point, turn on the alternating red lights, and extend the stop arm.
Question: during your pre-trip vehicle inspection test, make sure that options are, Option A, the emergency exits are undamaged, operate smoothly, and close securely from the inside. Option B, the emergency exit warning devices, if so equipped, are working. Option C, both of the above are true.
Answer is, both of the above are true. Explanation is, during your pre-trip inspection test, check that the bus's emergency exits are in good working order and securely closed. Also check that the emergency exit warning devices, if any, are working. Note, the detailed requirements of this part of the inspection may vary from one state to another. Consult your state CDL manual for details.
Question: after you decide on the best type of evacuation, what must you do next? Options are, Option A, dangle the radio, telephone, or microphone out of the driver's window for later use. Option B, secure the bus. Option C, notify the dispatch office of the evacuation.
Answer is, secure the bus. Explanation is, after you've determined the need to evacuate and decided on the type of evacuation, you must secure the bus to keep it from moving. Put the transmission in park or neutral if there is no park shift point. Set the parking brakes, turn off the engine, and remove the ignition key. Also activate the hazard warning lights.
Question: which of the following will confirm that your bus is equipped with an anti-lock braking system ABS? Options are, Option A yellow ABS malfunction lamp on the instrument panel will light when you start the engine. Option B, there will be a certification on the driver's side door. Option C, there will be a red indicator lamp on the brake cylinder.
Answer is, a yellow ABS malfunction lamp on the instrument panel will light when you start the engine. Explanation is, anti-lock brakes have been required on all buses with air brakes built since March 1, 1998 and all buses with hydraulic brakes built since March 1, 1999. Many buses built even earlier also have ABS. Every school bus with ABS must also have a yellow ABS malfunction lamp on the instrument panel.
Question: Before you proceed through a railroad crossing, make sure that your bus will have enough containment to completely clear the railroad tracks. As a general rule, adequate containment is, options are, option A, the length of the bus plus 10 feet, option B, the length of the bus plus 15 feet, option C, the length of the bus plus 25 feet.
Answer is, the length of the bus plus 15 feet. Explanation is, before you proceed through a railroad crossing, make sure that the containment area, the space on the opposite side of the crossing, is large enough for your bus. As a general rule, the containment area should be at least equal to the length of your bus plus 15 feet.
Question: which of the following statements about the special dangers of loading and unloading is true? Options are, option A, tell students to leave any dropped objects, move out of the danger zones, and get your attention to retrieve the objects. Option B, tell students not to use the handrail when exiting the bus because they could get caught. Option C, tell students that they can pick up any dropped objects that are not under the bus.
Answer is, tell students to leave any dropped objects, move out of the danger zones, and get your attention to retrieve the objects. Explanation is, for their safety, students should remain within your view during loading and unloading. If a student tries to retrieve a dropped item, he or she may disappear from your view into a danger zone. Tell students to move out of the danger zones and notify you before they try to retrieve any dropped objects.
Question: while you're loading students, if you cannot account for a student, what should you do? Options are, option A, ask other students if they saw this student. Option B, look in your mirrors for the student. Option C, secure the bus, take the key, and check around and underneath the bus for the student.
Answer is, secure the bus, take the key, and check around and underneath the bus for the student. Explanation is, when approaching a stop, count the students, and count them again as they load onto the bus. If you're unable to account for a student, secure the bus to keep it from moving, take the ignition key with you, and check around and underneath the bus.
Question: you should adjust the left and right side crossover mirrors so you can see. Options are, option A, the entire area to the rear of the mirror along the side of the bus. Option B, the left and right front tires touching the ground. Option C, 200 feet behind the bus.
Answer is, the left and right front tires touching the ground. Explanation is, position the crossover mirror so you can view the danger zone at the front of the bus. You should be able to see the front tires touching the ground.
Question: anti-lock brakes. Options are, option A, shorten your vehicle's stopping distance. Option B, work only when you activate an ABS switch on the instrument panel. Option C, keep your wheels from locking during hard braking.
Answer is, keep your wheels from locking during hard braking. Explanation is, by preventing your wheels from locking up, ABS allows you to brake harder on slippery roadways. ABS does not significantly affect the rest of your driving. It does not affect your braking capability or necessarily shorten your stopping distance.
Question: what color are all school buses painted? Options are, option A, orange yellow. Option B, National School Bus glossy yellow. Option C, fluorescent yellow.
Answer is, National School Bus glossy yellow. Explanation is, the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, NHTSA, has issued guidelines to the states on pupil transportation safety. One of these guidelines is that all school buses should be painted National School Bus glossy yellow, AMS, STD, 595, a color 13432. In accordance with this guideline, all states now require school buses to be painted this color. National School Bus glossy yellow was originally chosen for ease of visibility.
Question: for up to of parents, the school bus driver is the only school official they ever meet. Options are, option A, 65%, option B, 50%, option C, 85%.
Answer is, 85%. Explanation is, for most parents, the bus driver is the only representative of the school system that they ever meet. Always be courteous and willing to listen to the parents' concerns. Thanks for watching. New York CDL School Bus Test 2. Subscribe our channel for latest practice tests. For best practice, download free Android or iOS application. Links are in description below.
Question: You should activate your alternating flashing amber warning lights. Options are: Option A, at least 300 feet before the school bus stop. Option B, at least 500 feet before the school bus stop. Option C, 20 to 50 feet before the school bus stop.
Answer is, at least 300 feet before the school bus stop. Explanation is, as you approach a school bus stop, activate alternating flashing amber warning lamps at least 300 feet before the school bus stop.
Question: You should adjust the outside left and right side convex mirrors to see. Options are: Option A, 200 feet behind the bus. Option B, the left and right front tires touching the ground. Option C, the entire sides of the bus up to the mirror mounts.
Answer is, the entire sides of the bus up to the mirror mounts. Explanation is, the outside left and right side convex mirrors should be positioned so you can see the left and right sides of the bus up to the mirror mounts, at least one lane of traffic on each side, and the front of the rear tires touching the ground. However, bear in mind that convex mirrors can make objects look smaller and farther away than they really are.
Question: An active railroad crossing is. Options are: Option A, a railroad crossing that has a traffic control device. Option B, a railroad crossing at which you don't have to stop. Option C, a railroad crossing without traffic control devices.
Answer is, a railroad crossing that has a traffic control device. Explanation is, unlike a passive railroad crossing, an active railroad crossing is controlled by a traffic control device such as some combination of bells, gates, or flashing red lights.
Question: During your post-trip inspection of your school bus, you should check. Options are: Option A, for litter on the floor. Option B, whether the seats are clean. Option C, for mechanical or operational problems.
Answer is, for mechanical or operational problems. Explanation is, during your post-trip inspection, after checking for stray students, you should check all the mechanical and operational systems of the school bus for any problems. Immediately report any problems to your supervisor or school authorities.
Question: As part of your vehicle inspection test, you will have to check to be sure that it is undamaged, operating smoothly, and able to be closed securely from the inside. Options are: Option A, an emergency exit. Option B, the fuel tank. Option C, the battery box.
Answer is, an emergency exit. Explanation is, as part of your vehicle inspection test, you will have to check one emergency exit to be sure that it is undamaged, operating smoothly, and able to be closed securely from the inside. You will also have to point out the other emergency exits and describe how they operate.
Question: Before leaving, make sure the students are in plain view. Options are: Option A, at least 25 feet away from the side of the bus. Option B, at least 10 to 15 feet away from the side of the bus. Option C, right beside the bus.
Answer is, at least 10 to 15 feet away from the side of the bus. Explanation is, instruct students who are exiting the bus at their stop to remain clearly visible at least 10-15 feet away from the bus so you can account for all of them before you drive on. Note, the precise minimum distance that the students must remain from the bus may vary from one state to another. Consult your state CDL manual for details.
Question: Which mirrors let you view the front danger zone? Options are: Option A, the crossover mirrors. Option B, the flat mirrors. Option C, the convex mirrors.
Answer is, the crossover mirrors. Explanation is, the convex and flat mirrors let you view the rear portion of the bus behind the mirror mounts. The crossover mirrors let you view the front danger zone and the danger zone areas to the left and right sides of the bus.
Question: You can change the location of a school bus stop. Options are, Option A, if there is a better location nearby. Option B, only with the written approval of the school district. Option C, only if all the passengers agree to the change.
Answer is, only with the written approval of the school district. Explanation is, each school district establishes official routes and official school bus stops. Never change the location of a bus stop without written approval from the appropriate school district official.
Question: when you inspect the battery and battery box during your pre-trip vehicle inspection test, make sure that options are, Option A, the battery is secure, connections are tight with minimal corrosion, and cell caps are present. Option B, the battery box and cover or door are secure. Option C, both of the above are true.
Answer is, both of the above are true. Explanation is, during your pre-trip inspection, check that the battery is secure and free of excessive corrosion. Also check that the cover or door of the battery box is secure and undamaged.
Question: if a railroad crossing signal is malfunctioning, you should. Options are, Option A, call your dispatcher and ask for instructions. Option B, proceed with extreme caution. Option C, turn around and find another route.
Answer is, call your dispatcher and ask for instructions. Explanation is, a malfunctioning railroad crossing signal makes it too dangerous to proceed. Call your dispatcher, let them know about it, and ask for instructions.
Question: when can you put a misbehaving student off the bus? Options are, Option A, if the behavior is serious enough. Option B, never. Option C, only at school or the student's designated bus stop.
Answer is, only at school or the student's designated bus stop. Explanation is, you may put a misbehaving student off the bus only at school or his or her designated bus stop. If a student is so unruly that it's unsafe to keep driving, contact the school administrator or the police to arrive and handle the situation.
Question: what is the most important reason for performing a school bus inspection? Options are, Option A, to give the mechanics something to do. Option B, to improve fuel economy. Option C, for safety as required by federal, state, and local laws.
Answer is, for safety as required by federal, state, and local laws. Explanation is, the main purpose of school bus inspections is to ensure safety, your safety and that of your passengers and other road users. A vehicle defect found during an inspection could save you problems later. Federal and state laws require drivers to inspect their vehicles.
Question: when approaching a bus stop on a multi-lane roadway, you should maintain your position of the rightmost lane. Options are, Option A, toward the left edge. Option B, in the center. Option C, toward the right edge.
Answer is, in the center. Explanation is, when approaching a bus stop, stay in the center of the rightmost, curbside, lane on multi-lane roads or in the center of the driving lane on two-way roads. You'll have to stop at a point that will force the students to walk to the bus anyway.
Question: most states require school bus drivers to take a physical examination. Options are, Option A, every 3 years. Option B, annually. Option C, every 5 years.
Answer is, annually. Explanation is, most states require school bus drivers to have an annual physical including a vision test, to confirm that they are still fit to perform the duties of a school bus driver. Check with your state's Department of Education for its specific requirements.
Question: who is responsible for handling discipline problems on your school bus? Options are, Option A, the students. Option B, you. Option C, the student's parents.
Answer is, you. Explanation is, don't try to deal with student behavior problems while you're driving, loading students, or unloading students. While you're doing those tasks, you must be focused on them. To deal with a behavior problem, first pull over and secure the bus.
Question: if the bus is on fire, you must. Options are, Option A, evacuate the students upwind of the bus. Option B, evacuate the students downwind of the bus. Option C, Keep the students on the bus until first responders arrive.
Answer is, evacuate the students upwind of the bus. Explanation is, if the bus is on fire, don't waste time trying to put the fire out. Quickly evacuate everyone from the bus, ideally within 2 minutes. Lead the students at least 100 feet upwind of the bus to avoid exposing them to smoke or toxic gases. If the bus caught fire from an accident in which hazardous materials were spilled, lead the students at least 300 feet upwind of the bus.
Question: properly adjusted, the outside left and right side convex mirrors will let you see. Options are: Option A, the front of the rear tires touching the ground. Option B, at least one traffic lane on either side of the bus. Option C, both of the above.
Answer is, both of the above. Explanation is, the outside left and right side convex mirrors should be positioned so you can see the left and right sides of the bus up to the mirror mounts, at least one lane of traffic on each side, and the front of the rear tires touching the ground. However, bear in mind that convex mirrors can make objects look smaller and farther away than they really are.
Question: as part of your post-trip inspection of your bus, check for each of the following except. Options are: Option A, personal belongings that were left on the bus. Option B, damage or vandalism. Option C, dirt or shoe prints on the floor.
Answer is, dirt or shoe prints on the floor. Explanation is, as part of your post-trip inspection of your bus, look for sleeping students that are still on the bus. Yes, really, personal belongings that students may have left on the bus, mechanical or operational problems, and signs of damage or vandalism. Your district may give you more specific instructions.
Question: the tail swing of a school bus can be as much as. Options are: Option A, 3 feet. Option B, 10 feet. Option C, 5 feet.
Answer is, 3 feet. Explanation is, ever notice how far the rear bumper of a school bus is from the rear wheels? In a sharp turn, the rear end of the school bus will swing out as much as 3 feet in the opposite direction. Before entering a turn, check your mirrors to monitor the tail swing to prevent a collision.
Question: you have stopped your bus to load students. Before you signal them to approach the bus, you should. Options are: Option A, set the parking brake. Option B, check for traffic once more. Option C, turn on the alternating flashing red lights.
Answer is, check for traffic once more. Explanation is, before you signal the students to approach the bus, check that all traffic has indeed stopped for you. Unfortunately, not every driver stops for the flashing red lights of a school bus. Thanks for watching. New York CDL School Bus Test 3. Subscribe our channel for latest practice tests. For best practice, download free Android or iOS application. Links are in description below.
Question: why is it so critical for you to understand the loading and unloading procedures? Options are: Option A, because only high school students understand how to cross the road. Option B, because so many students are killed each year while getting on or off school buses. Option C, because drivers tend to ignore students walking to school.
Answer is, because so many students are killed each year while getting on or off school buses. Explanation is, more students are killed while getting on or off a school bus than are killed as passengers on a school bus. You must thoroughly understand how to keep students safe before, during, and after loading or unloading.
Question: the front danger zone extends up to from the front bumper of the school bus. Options are: Option A, 50 feet. Option B, 30 feet. Option C, 15 feet.
Answer is, 15 feet. Explanation is, the danger zones are any area outside of the bus that extend as much as 15 feet from the front bumper, 15 feet from the left and right sides of the bus, and 15 feet behind the rear bumper of the school bus.
Question: in an emergency, you must evacuate everyone from your school bus. Options are: Option A, if the bus is on fire. Option B, if the position of the bus may change and further increase the danger. Option C, in either of the above situations.
Answer is, in either of the above situations. Explanation is, in situations in which the students would be in more danger inside the bus than outside, you must evacuate them from the bus. As examples, if the bus is on fire, stalled on railroad tracks, in or near a spill of hazardous materials, or in imminent danger of collision, you must evacuate the students. You must also evacuate them if the position of the bus may change in a way that increases the danger to the students.
Question: when approaching a railroad crossing, you should activate your hazard lights about before the crossing. Options are: Option A, 400 feet, Option B, 300 feet, Option C, 200 feet.
Answer is 200 feet. Explanation is, when your bus is within 200 feet of a railroad crossing, your hazard lights must be turned on to make your intentions clear to other road users. Note, in some states, you may have to activate your hazard lights even farther from the crossing under certain conditions. Consult your state CDL manual for details.
Question: when approaching a school bus stop, you should. Options are: Option A, check all mirrors constantly. Option B, activate your alternating flashing amber lights. Option C, do both of the above.
Answer is, do both of the above. Explanation is, as you approach a bus stop, turn on the flashing amber lights about 300 feet from the stop, and check your mirrors continuously to make sure that there are no pedestrians, vehicles, or other objects in any of your bus's danger zones.
Question: how should you deal with unruly students on your school bus? Options are: Option A, pull over, secure the bus, and speak to the unruly students respectfully but firmly. Option B, keep checking the overhead inside rearview mirror so you can see what's happening and report it to the school later. Option C, pull over, secure the bus, and throw the unruly students off the bus.
Answer is, pull over, secure the bus, and speak to the unruly students respectfully but firmly. Explanation is, if a serious behavior issue occurs on your bus that can't wait, follow your school's procedures for handling such situations. Here are a few general guidelines: pull over and secure the bus. Take your ignition key with you. Stand up and speak respectfully to the offending students. Speak in a courteous manner with a firm voice. Remind the offending students of the behavior that is expected of them. However, never put a student off the bus except at school or his or her designated bus stop. If you absolutely have to remove the student at another location, call a school administrator or the police to do it.
Question: you're about to unload students at a bus stop. Tell them that once they've exited the bus, they should. Options are: Option A, go home. Option B, walk 10-15 feet from the side of the school bus. Option C, cross in front of the school bus.
Answer is, walk 10-15 feet from the side of the school bus. Explanation is, as the students exit the bus, count how many are getting off at the stop. Instruct them to wait 10-15 feet away from the side of the bus so that you can count them again. This is to confirm that none of them are in your bus's danger zones before you drive on. Note, the exact distance that students must wait from the bus varies from state to state. Consult your state CDL manual for details.
Question: when loading or unloading students, you should check your mirrors. Options are: Option A, before entering traffic. Option B, constantly. Option C, after all students have entered or exited the bus.
Answer is, constantly. Explanation is, when you drive a school bus or any other motor vehicle, frequently check your mirrors to keep aware of what is happening all around your vehicle. When operating a school bus, you should also use your mirrors to check for students that may have wandered into danger zones.
Question: in most states, school buses are equipped with warning light system to control traffic at school bus stops. Options are: Option A, a 6 light. Option B, a 4 light. Option C, an 8 light.
Answer is, an 8 light. Explanation is, federal regulations require school buses to be equipped with a warning light system. Each bus must have 2 flashing red lights in front and 2 in the rear. and optionally 2 flashing amber lights in front and 2 in the rear. All these lights are positioned above the windshield, as near to the top of the bus as possible. The flashing amber lights warn drivers that your bus is slowing down for a stop. The flashing red lights warn drivers that you are stopping or have stopped, and they must not try to pass your bus. 49 CFR 571.108.
Question: during your vehicle inspection test, you must check that the entry door is undamaged. Also check that options are: Option A, operates smoothly and closes securely from the inside. Option B, operates smoothly and closes securely by remote control. Option C, operates smoothly and closes securely from the outside.
Answer is, operates smoothly and closes securely from the inside. Explanation is, during your vehicle inspection test, check that the entry door is free of damage, opens smoothly, and closes securely from the inside. Also check that the entry handrails are secured and the step light, if any, is working properly.
Question: when stopping, you should bring school bus to a full stop with the front bumper at least away from students at the designated stop. Options are: Option A, 50 feet, Option B, 100 feet, Option C, 10 feet.
Answer is, 10 feet. Explanation is, bring school bus to a full stop with the front bumper at least 10 feet away from students at the designated stop. This forces the students to walk to the bus so you have a better view of their movements.
Question: at a railroad crossing, you must stop at the stop line. If there is no stop line, you must stop. Options are: Option A, between 10 and 40 feet from the nearest rail. Option B, between 15 and 30 feet from the nearest rail. Option C, between 15 and 50 feet from the nearest rail.
Answer is, between 15 and 50 feet from the nearest rail. Explanation is, at a railroad crossing, you must stop between 15 and 50 feet from the nearest rail. Trains are at least 6 feet wider than the tracks they run on, so you don't want to be too close.
Question: during your vehicle inspection test, if your school bus is equipped with a handicap lift, you should check. Options are: Option A, that the lift goes up and down smoothly. Option B, that no parts are missing, leaking, or damaged and the lift is at least 50% retracted. Option C, that no parts are missing, leaking, or damaged and the lift is fully retracted and latched.
Answer is, that no parts are missing, leaking, or damaged and the lift is fully retracted and latched. Explanation is, during your vehicle inspection test, if your vehicle has a handicap lift, check it for leaks, missing pieces, or other damage. Make sure that the lift is fully retracted and latched securely.
Question: to load students after you have stopped the school bus, options are: Option A, load students two abreast when possible for efficiency. Option B, count the number of students at the bus stop and make sure that all of them board the bus. Option C, put the transmission in park or neutral and set the parking brake.
Answer is, count the number of students at the bus stop and make sure that all of them board the bus. Explanation is, once you've pulled up to a stop, count the number of students preparing to board the bus, then have them board single file as you count them again. Make sure that all are accounted for and seated before you drive off.
Question: when driving a school bus in high winds, you should. Options are: Option A, tailgate a big truck so it can shield you from the wind. Option B, keep a strong grip on the steering wheel and try to anticipate gusts. Option C, speed up to get away from the wind as quickly as possible.
Answer is, keep a strong grip on the steering wheel and try to anticipate gusts. Explanation is, strong winds can buffet a bus from the side, causing it to swerve, move off the road, or even tip over. If your bus is caught in high winds, slow down, grip the steering wheel firmly, and try to anticipate gusts. If necessary, contact your dispatcher for instructions or pull over until the winds subside.
Question: the convex, crossover, and flat mirrors should be viewed. Options are: Option A, in a logical sequence to ensure that a child or object is not in any of the danger zones. Option B, every 10 seconds and more often in heavy traffic. Option C, every 4 seconds.
Answer is, in a logical sequence to ensure that a child or object is not in any of the danger zones. Explanation is, to ensure that none of the mirrors will be missed, always check them in a logical sequence.
Question, what is the golden rule for school buses when approaching and crossing railroad tracks? Options are, Option A, stop, go, and stop. Option B, stop, look, and turn on the emergency flashers. Option C, stop, look, and listen.
Answer is, stop, look, and listen. Explanation is, before crossing the tracks, you must stop between 15 and 50 feet from the nearest rail. Look in both directions for an approaching train. Also turn off the radio and any noisy equipment and listen for an approaching train.
Question, the left and right danger zones extend up to from the left and right sides of the school bus. Options are, Option A, 15 feet, Option B, 5 feet, Option C, 20 feet.
Answer is, 15 feet. Explanation is, a school bus's left and right danger zones extend up to 15 feet from the sides of the bus.
Question, in an emergency, you should consider not evacuating students from your school bus. Options are, Option A, if their injuries might be worsened by moving them. Option B, if they would be exposed to down power lines or other hazards. Option C, in either of the above situations.
Answer is, in either of the above situations. Explanation is, do not evacuate the bus if the students would be exposed to dangers outside the bus such as downed power lines. Also, try to avoid evacuating students who have injuries such as neck or back fractures that could be worsened by moving them.
Question, which school bus accidents should be reported? Options are, Option A, only those involving injury or death. Option B, none. Option C, all.
Answer is, all. Explanation is, all school bus accidents must be reported whether or not they involve death, injury, or property damage. Thanks for watching.